Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you may be listening or watching us here. We are live from George Sparky Anderson Field here in Thousand Oaks, California. Tommy Wirtz here on the call with my man to the left, the ever so gloriously bearded Charlie Duncan.
And it's amazing to be here, Tommy. It's a little windy this afternoon. It's a little bit cool. These ball players are ready. They are warmed up, and they are ready for action out here. It's going to be a fun day.
Absolutely. Ready to go here. The Conejo Oaks taking on your Arroyo Seco Saints. Let's get into some starting lineups here. First for the Saints, we're going to have leading off, playing third base, Drew Cowley. Batting second, playing shortstop, Brandon Boning. Batting third, playing left field, Josh Cowden. Batting fourth, catching, Peyton Lewis. Batting fifth, DHing, Bo Willis. Batting sixth, playing right field today, Jag Burden. Batting seventh, playing first base, Cooper Elliott. Batting eighth, in center field, Jonah Sebring. And batting ninth, playing second base, Jackson Cobb. And on the mound today for the Saints will be the big lefty, number 35 out of Cal State Dominguez, Tristan Garnett. And we are just getting started here. Charlie, what can we expect from the Saints, who are now currently riding a 3-game losing streak? In order to end the streak and get a different result here today, what do they need to do?
Well, I think that you're seeing it so far in the lineup that you read, Tommy. It's a little bit of an unconventional lineup. They're trying Lewis at catcher. You usually see Bo back there. He's going to be DHing today. And as you said, they dropped 5 out of their last 6. It's time to shake it up, and I think this is going to be the lineup that does it for them today. We should get a dub here.
And Cody Adcock on the mound for the Oaks, and the first pitch is going to be a strike to Drew Cowley. Some defense out there from left to center field, left to right field, of course left to center field. Zach Gregory in left, Hunter Call, Austin Carrillo, as that one's fouled off. Third base, Grant Smith. Shortstop, JT Naviak. Second base, Regan Burford. At first base, the power hitter, Brendan Bobo. And behind the plate, Anson Arrows and DHing Brendan Durfee for the Conejo Oaks. And the third pitch of the day, going to go outside.
And you know Drew Cowley is happy about this matchup. Last time out on Thursday night for the Saints at home against the Oaks, he had 2 doubles, 2 for 5 day. He's looking to do the same here. Man is a lover of The Office, and his top movie is Step Brothers.
Great movie, great movie. That one's going to be popped up. Looks like shortstop and second base are fighting over it. And the play is going to be made over there by JT Naviak. And there's one down here in the top of the first inning.
We saw the sun as a big factor in that Thursday game at the Saints. Let's see how much it plays here for that center fielder who started off the game with 2 errors. Clean catch there by the shortstop, though. Looks like it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, a lot of sunglasses out there today in Thousand Oaks here at Cal Lutheran University's field. And it's going to be Brandon Boning, the shortstop, taking us here at the number 2 hole.
Not too hot of a day in Thousand Oaks. Nice 79 degrees out at George Sparky Anderson Field.
As that one's going to be high for a ball. Not a cloud in the sky.
Beautiful.
In other
day.
words, consider it baseball weather, Charlie.
Oh, the baseball gods want us to play today, Tommy. And clearly these Saints fans and everyone who's in attendance today is loving it. And we thank you all for tuning into this broadcast.
And the second pitch. Nice shot there by Boning. It's going to be right to the center fielder, Hunter Call, unfortunately. And there's 2 down now here for the Saints. And that's going to bring up the milkman, the lefty out of BYU, Josh Cowden.
And those are 2 quick outs there for the Saints. They're going to want to get a little bit deeper in this count if they have any chance at getting Adcock out of this game early.
Yeah, Cowden, the last time they faced the Oaks, a 1-for-4 performance. Had an RBI double there. Looking to have a little bit better day, but still productive. He's going to watch the first pitch go by outside for ball 1.
Cowden majoring in exercise and wellness. Played in a Utah State All-Star game.
Cowden definitely one of the better bats for the Saints this summer so far. No surprise he's in an All-Star game. I'm sure he'll be performing in that CCL showcase later on, as he's going to swing by the first pitch, rather the second pitch there, for the first strike of the at-bat. Counts now even up at 1-1. Two down here for the Saints. Cowden trying to get something going. Cody Adcock settling in early, getting two easy plays. Fly ball to center field and a pop fly to the shortstop. As that one's going to bounce in there for the dirt for ball two.
Cowden, one of the most disciplined hitters on this team, always gets up in the count, waits for his pitch. We've seen his defensive efficiency as well. Just an all-around great ball player for the Saints.
And swings by that one there, and the count is now even up at 2-2.
All-around great ball player for the Saints, and we hope that his season continues to provide success for both him and the Saints. Doing a great job, man, from Brigham Young University.
Yeah, Cowden has been one of the lone consistent bats this year for the Saints so far, who have struggled the last few games. As that one looks to be heading foul.
It's tracking.
And they're going to run out of room over there at third base. That was Grant Smith on the effort over there. And Cowden will live to see another pitch. The Saints falling yesterday to the Academy Barons.
Tough loss.
Yeah, not one they expected, but got to have a short memory in baseball.
Be a goldfish out here, Tommy. 10-second memory. It's the happiest fish on earth.
That's a good analogy. I'm gonna steal that one day. 2-2 pitch, and that one's gonna be high right there. And the count's now gonna be full for Cowden.
Cowden showing his discipline at the plate, showing why he's majoring in what he is in exercise and wellness. He's well up there at the plate. He's doing great, and he's looking to battle this out right here.
The full count pitch is gonna be right by Cowden. Looked like a change up there, and that's going to retire the side. The Saints do not go marching in. The 1-2-3 hole go down. It'll be Zach Gregory, Grant Smith, and Brendan Bobo when we come back. Thank you for listening to the Arroyo Seco Saints on the Saints Radio Network. Well, after an uneventful top of the first inning, we head to the bottom of the first here at George Sparky Anderson Field, where the Conejo Oaks will get their first at-bats today against the big lefty on the mound, Tristan Garnett. And the starting lineup for the Oaks looks something like this. Batting first will be Zach Gregory. Batting second, we have Grant Smith. And batting third, Brendan Bobo. In the four-hole, the cleanup hitter, Brendan Durfee. Batting fifth, Reagan Burford. Batting sixth, Anson Arrows. Batting third, JT Naviak. Eighth, Austin Carrillo. And batting ninth, playing center field, Hunter Call. And Garnett's going to get us started here with the first pitch in the bottom of the first inning. And it's going to be fired in for a strike.
Gregory moved up in the lineup since Thursday's game against the Saints. Now here at home, batting first, was batting second in the Thursday's game. Must have something to do with how well he did in game one.
And the pitch, second pitch of the at-bat, is going to be fired in for a strike there now. And Garnett's quickly up 0-2 on the leadoff man, Gregory. Very interesting game, very competitive game on Thursday. Saints losing in heartbreaking fashion. A near comeback in the bottom of the ninth inning. And the pitch is going to be fouled off by Gregory. Down 5-3 in the ninth inning last game, and started off with a leadoff home run by Jackson Cobb that got him right back into the ball game, followed by a single by Blake Marsh, and a walk later on, and Drew Cowley coming up, as that one's fouled off again. Drew Cowley coming up, delivering a shot to right field, in which looked to for sure score Marsh, who unfortunately slipped coming around third. And Rickerman was able to get out of the rest of the inning, and the Saints would lose 5-4 in that one, and it started this 3-game losing streak. Garnett delivers. The breaking ball fools Gregory, and that'll sit him down right away. First batter, first strikeout of the day. This one looking.
You love to see the backwards K and the first batter for Garnett. That's got to give him a lot of confidence moving forward. Back to that game on Thursday, you could feel the air come out of the stadium when Marsh slipped up on third. Totally unfortunate there for the Saints. Really thought they had the comeback there. We all wanted the walk-off, and they're definitely, that's in the back of their minds here today, and they want this one bad.
And Garnett will get to work on the two-hitter, Grant Smith. That one over there, going to look down to first, said he didn't go, and the count will start off 1-0.
Smith, the cleanup man in game one against the Saints, went 2 for 5 and a strikeout. Garnett trying to replicate the strikeout here.
And another breaking ball will find the zone, and the count's going to be evened up now at 1-1 for Garnett versus Smith.
Garnett really looks like he has great control on his off-speed today.
As that one's going to bounce in the dirt. Looked like a fastball, so I'll keep you honest on that comment. Must have slipped out of Garnett's hand there. It's going to be 2-1 here, as Garnett's going to set up, shake off the first pitch, agree on the next one, and the pitch. Called a strike. Grant Smith not happy about that one. That one looked to be breaking, hit the low and inside corner. Not much you can do with that one, even if you do make contact with it. And we're going to be even here at 2-2. And delivery from Garnett is going to get him to chase. No effort on the rundown. Easy tag by Lewis. And we got 2 batters, 2 strikeouts so far for Tristan Garnett.
I think Smith just felt deflated after that strike 2 call. He just thought the ump was not on his side there, and he felt like he had to swing at something that he wouldn't normally swing at there. Good on Tristan Garnett going right back at him with the breaking ball, and it looks like he's setting up his off-speed for his fastball so far in this game, going a lot more off-speed to start this inning.
And now this is going to be the big power hitter for the Oaks, Brendan Bobo, as he's going to rip one down the first baseline foul to start us off here. Bobo batting .500 right now, currently leading the team in batting average. Hits, has 11 of them right now. And home runs, 3 of them in 11 hits. Putting up big league numbers here in the Summer League. But he's quickly down 0-2 after 2 foul balls, and we'll see what Garnett does to try to finish him off.
Saints seem to got the better of Bobo, the big power hitter and big-time efficient hitter at .500. Struck him out 3 times, a struck-out victim.
And Garnett's going to deliver here, the third pitch of the AB. Going to ring him up on 3 pitches, and striking out the side right now is Tristan Garnett, and you know he has to be feeling himself. And after 1 inning, we're going to have no runs, no hits, no errors for the Saints versus the Oaks. And coming up in the second inning now, we will have Lewis, Willis, and Burden leading us off for the top of the second. Thank you for listening to the Saints on the Saints Radio Network. after a pretty uneventful first inning from the batter's boxes, we got some great pitching to start us off here in the first inning, and Peyton Lewis is here to see if he can ruin that.
The pitcher's duel has begun here at Sparky Anderson Field, and if you went to go get food or a glass of water, you probably missed us in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down for both squads.
And Lewis get a broken bat to the shortstop there. Lackadaisical running over, and the first pitch of the inning is going to be a ground ball to JT Naviak. Lewis a little bit in a slump right now, trying to break out of it, making contact, but unfortunately it's landing right next to the shortstop, JT Naviak. And now Bo Willis will try to get our first hit of the evening.
And as we look at Cody Addock, the freshman out of University of Mississippi, made 14 appearances last season, notched a 6.41 ERA.
And Willis is going to swing at the first pitch of the AB for a strike. Bo Willis currently batting over 300 for the Saints. Got the day off yesterday, gets to be the DH today. Something a lot of these guys like doing in Summer League, as that one's going to be swung by for strike 2. Nice, easy day off. And then you get to come back and just hit. Don't have to play the field. A guy who usually is behind the plate. So a lot less stressful for him today as he gets to just swing the twig. And the pitch. High in the zone, taken for ball 1.
And you know he loves having today off in catcher. He's just able to swing the bat, not having to do any squats out there. He's going to have some fresh legs running the bases. Expect to see Bo have some wheels today.
Well, and Willis will see if he can run on this one here. He's going to swing it. Ball 2. Going to be an easy play for Arrows to Bobo, and we have 2 down in the first 2 batters again in the second inning.
Nobody can buy a base out here, Tommy. It's struggles for both offenses, and could be just dominance out of both defenses as Addock and Garnett off to some really hot starts in this ballgame.
Well, and we usually see the Saints take a couple of ABs before they start getting it going. The 3rd and the 4th inning is usually where they make their money, and Jag Burton's going to see if he can stop that trend, as he's going to take that one for a strike. Jag Burton ended his 5-game hitting streak 2 games ago, but starting another one up again with a hit yesterday in Compton, California against the Barron Academy.
One of our 3 Cal Berkeley collegiate players.
And that one's going to be swung on and missed for strike 2 now, and he's quickly down 0-2 to Adcock.
Burton with a brilliant sophomore season, starting in 17 games, 33 played, slash 234, 290, and 297.
The 0-2 pitch is going to be fouled off there by Burton to stay alive. Burton out here fighting for more playing time at Cal. Still an underclassman there, not expected to put up the big numbers or start, but he would like to begin as early as he can. And with a good start to the summer, he might get more playing time in college, as that one's going to be in the dirt for ball 1, and it's 1-2.
And I always found it interesting, Tommy, trying to perfect and refine your skills in summer ball while still being consistent and true to what your collegiate coaches tell you.
And that one's going to be ripped in the right field. It's going to fall, and we got our first hit of the ball game from Jag Burton, who just seems to always get a hit when he plays. And that hit streak we mentioned is now up to 2 after it was ended, but he'll take that one, a nice easy single into right field.
You got to start somewhere again, Tommy. He resets, he comes back, and he's already got 2 now, and let's see if that can continue into the games ahead.
And that'll bring up the Wichita State product, playing first base today, a little unconventional, Cooper Elliott. Guy we've seen in center field, third base, DHing, and just continuing to show off his versatility by playing first base today. And that one's going to be ripped. That might drop over there in center field. He's going to dive. He misses it. It's now in the gap. These runners are on the move. Jag Burton's getting waved around. He's going to try to score on this one. Cooper Elliott's at second. Burton's coming in, and he's safe. Ball gets away. Elliott looks to run. He's going to stay at second base there.
Elliott really wanted to go to third there, but good on him seeing the pitcher backing up home plate. Good on Adcock as well to be there. Real heads-up play to be backing up home plate, knowing where to go. And what a shot there by Cooper Elliott, the man playing first base today. As we said, part of this new look for the Saints, him at first base, and he drives that one, a nice little bloop into right center. the missed dive on that play by the center fielder, and we got a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah, Hunter Call with the effort over there in center field. Unfortunately, not able to make the play. Heads up base running to score from first by Jag Burden. Waved home by Connor Spencer, the third base coach. And now Jonah Sebring's going to take the bat here, as he's going to take strike one with an opportunity and a runner in scoring position in Cooper Elliott.
And a very valiant attempt by Mr. Call out there in center field. Good on him making the dive. Showed a lot of effort, just came up a bit short. That was a tough play. Good on the Saints and their base running as well.
And very unconventional for the Saints to get off to a big start here, scoring in the second inning. But they'll take it, and the count's going to be even now at 1-1 after the take from Sebring there.
I think they got us on in the dugout, Tommy. They heard us saying, can we buy a base hit? Can we buy a run? And, you know, they gave it to us right here in the top of the second inning. What an amazing start here. And with Garnett on the mound, you know that makes him feel good with a little bit of a lead here early on. That's going to give him a lot of confidence to maybe go deep in this game.
And Elliott's going to take off for third.
Oh, he's there.
And he steals it easily.
Late throw, late reaction overall by the Oaks. He was almost standing on third base by the time he got that ball out of his hand.
Meanwhile, the pitch was a ball, and we are 2-1 now here for Sebring. And now the runner just 90 feet away from scoring, and a 2-run second would do a lot for Garnett's confidence on the mound, you would think. And the pitch. It's going to be ripped by Sebring.
Well, that ball's
it's
drilled.
carrying. It might have a chance. It's off the wall right there. Sebring's going to get in for a double. Elliott's going to score easily. Sebring's looking. He's going to try to stretch to three. He's coming down. No chance. Dead in the rights. And he's going to be called out. Probably should have just stayed at second base there. But it was a rip nonetheless. He wanted to take a chance at it. But the Saints will get two in the inning, thanks to a Cooper Elliott double and a Jonah Sebring double. And the Saints start off early here. After 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, the Saints have the lead in the top of the second, 2-0. Well, while the first inning was uneventful on offense, the second inning, at least the top of it, cannot relate, as the Saints bring across 2 runs with 2 outs, as started off with a Jag Burden single, who then came around to score on the next pitch, as Cooper Elliott drove a double in the gap, and Sebring as well, a double, was thrown out at third. And the Saints now lead 2-0 for the big lefty on the mound, Garnett, and that one's going to be the first pitch of the bottom of the second. Low for ball 1.
And to start it off for the Oaks, Brandon Durfee out of Cal Lutheran University, freshman. Played club baseball for the Chicago Cubs scout team.
Yeah, Durfee's going to watch that one there for ball 2. Playing at his home field. Cal Lutheran University, of course, is where George Sparky Anderson Field is located.
And here at Cal Lutheran, Brandon studies business and sports management. Could see him out here managing a club or being one of the head coaches out here in the Collegiate Summer Baseball League.
And we got a stoppage here as Sebring seems to have left his sliding mitt in his back pocket in center field. Nothing a little bit of teamwork can't solve from, that's going to be the old 8-4-3 to the dugout with the
Cooper Elliott with a big old smile on his face, shaking his head. Like, come on, Jonah.
And that one's going to be the first strike of the AB now. It's 2-1 to Durfee.
You love those relay skills, though. Out from center, that was fast.
Yeah, you got to practice that. It's
that
going to be a
doesn't happen
sliding
overnight,
mitt
folks.
now, and then it's a baseball later. Got to be ready for it. And the fourth pitch of the AB here. It's going to be a ground ball over to first base to Elliott. Garnett's going to try to come over. He's going to step on first, and they got the out.
What a banana route there by Tristan Garnett. Had to catch that ball before touching the bag. Definitely a lot of multitasking. Cooper Elliott gives him some love, points at him, lets him know. Good stuff out there. And the Saints are feeling it on defense. They're looking like a well-oiled machine out there. Everyone doing their part to make sure that Garnett is starting real strong and continues to.
Yeah, Garnett, the big 6'5" frame, probably helping out on the reach over there to try to grab that one in. And he's going to go after Regan Burford now with the first pitch, a bunt attempt. Cowley's charging from third, a nice bare hand play. He's going to have a shot. It's not going to be in time.
And a good dig there by Cooper Elliott. That ball was fired low into the ground about 10 feet in front of first. Elliott able to dig that up. Almost ended up getting him really well put down bunt there.
And that will be the first hit of the ball game now for the Oaks.
Off a bunt single there from Reagan Burford.
Hard play over there by Cowley at third. Good effort on it. Made a nice bare-handed grab and tried to fire it over, but ultimately Burford a little too fast for him. And that's going to bring up Anson Arrows in the sixth spot.
Burford, seemingly the thorn in the Saints' paw, ended up going 2 for 3 last time and a walk. One of the best displays on Thursday night from the Oaks.
And the first pitch of the AB was a curveball in the dirt. We're starting off 1-0 here. Garnett's going to step off, take a little minute. Wants to regroup. This time's going to be called in the box right after as well. And Garnett's going to deliver the second pitch. And that one's going to be a strike.
That
counts now even 1-1.
That's right where Garnett wants to live right now. Any pitch that gets these batters here, especially Arrows, to roll over and cause that double play that could help get him out of this inning.
Garnett only has, as he picks off to first, only has the one appearance so far this year, was in Palm Springs versus the Power in Game 2 of that series. Very nice outing from him, though. Went 3 innings, only gave up 3 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. As a check swing turns into a full one from Arrows there.
And as for Arrows, the same result, being the thorn in the Saints' paw, 2 for 3 with a walk. I'm sure Tristan Garnett will have something to say about that.
And Garnett's ahead of Arrows here now, 1-2 after that swing. And he's looking to get his 4th strikeout of the day. Runner goes to second. No shot by Lewis. And it's going to be a stolen base by Burford.
Seemed like Garnett had some awareness of that, a bit of a pitch out there to try to get him. Almost a good throw by Lewis there, came up a little bit short. Really good job by Burford there to get the jump on him.
And after the high fastball, the count is now evened up at 2-2. And Garnett's going to deliver here. We got a fly ball near left field. Should be playable for Cowden. And that's going to be the second out of the inning now after the fly ball to left. Anson Arrows retired. And there's going to be 2 down now here for JT Naviak.
I'm going to steal your nickname here, the Milkman. Off to a real nice start, doing it all on offense and on defense. Obviously a strikeout victim the first time up, but a nice catch out there could get things going for him here in this game.
And Garnett seems to be settling in here. The first pitch to Naviak is going to be high and outside for ball 1.
And Garnett really feeling his off-speed today. Seems that his fastball is a little bit less controlled than some of his other stuff, so look to see a lot of off-speed out of Garnett today until he gets that figured out.
That one's going to be a strike fired in there now for Garnett, and the count's going to be evened up at 1-1.
And he just might have figured it out right there on that pitch. A really nice-looking two-seamer out of Garnett fired in there for a strike.
Naviak out of Cal State Fullerton, the sophomore. He's going to take strike 2 there for a 1-2 count.
And he's just stone cold as a statue up there in JT Naviak, and he's better got to do something here because he's down 1-2 in the count. Got to choke up and look for some contact. And Garnett looking to get him, fool him on an off speed.
Fourth pitch, the AB here is going to go right past Naviak, and Garnett's going to get out of it. A little bit of trouble with a single and a stolen base, but nonetheless, it's going to be his fourth rather, so far. And that's going to retire the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Oaks, and the Saints still lead 2-0 after 2. Jackson Cobb going to start off the top of the third inning for us here. As we mentioned before, Cobb with the big home run, a 2-for-2 effort versus the Oaks earlier in the week. Had a single, home run, and 2 base on balls. As he's going to take the first pitch there for ball 1.
And the Saints looking to replicate what they did last inning, trying to get off to a good start here, get some runners on, and see if they can get into the position to score here.
And the second pitch is going to be taken for ball 2 now, and Cobb is ahead of Adcock, 2-0. Jackson Cobb had a little bit of struggles to start the season off, has since found some form. Don't be fooled by that 9 spot. Acts as a second leadoff hitter in these situations right here. He's going to swing by for strike 1.
He really does, Tommy, and his ability to get on base, as mentioned by that 2-for-2 and 2 walks, just goes to show why he's in this position at the 9 spot. The 9 spot can really be the most critical spot in terms of your offense.
Yeah, with that DH, can absolutely be utilized as another speedster to get around on the bases if they get on. And he's going to take that one there for ball 3, and now has the full green light hitters count at 3-1. And the pitch from Adcock. Cobb gets under it a little bit over there. It's going to be an easy fly ball to left, and it's fielded by Zach Gregory for the first out of the top of the third.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Now up for the Saints. It's going to be Drew Cowley, the third baseman. Popped out to the shortstop in his first at-bat, looking to find some outfield grass in the second one. One down here for the Saints. And Cowley's going to take the first pitch there for ball 1, and he'll quickly be ahead on Cody Adcock.
Would have been great to get Cobb on there. He is no stranger to stolen bases. Had 43 in high school and already had 5 in his start last season.
And that's going to be ripped right up the middle. It looks like it might be finding a gap here. It's going to be cut off by the right fielder, Carrillo, and now Drew Cowley has his first hit of the ball game.
And Cowley demonstrating that short-term memory, as you said, with a fly out his first time, coming back strong. Got really good contact on the ball there, drove it right by the second baseman. And the Saints, with a runner on, looking to get something going here with 1 out.
Yeah, Cowley, the last time they played the Oaks, went 2 for 5, had 2 doubles in the game, including that one in the 9th inning that looked to drive in the tying run.
Oh, did it ever.
And now Brandon Boning is going to be up. And he's going to chop one over to third base. Going to be a tough play to try to turn 2. Boney's going to beat it out at second. Rather first, but the play at second. Cowley will be thrown out, and the fielder's choice will leave a runner on first base now here for Josh Cowden with 2 down.
The left fielder, Josh Cowden.
Cowden, a strikeout victim in his last at-bat. Went down swinging. All you can ask for on a good pitch. And with 2 out and a runner on first base, Cody Adcock is looking to get out of this inning unscathed.
And let's see how Cowden responds.
And Boney's going to try to steal a big throw by Eros there, and it's going to get him. It looked like it was pretty easy for him, and Boney's going to be thrown out trying to steal second. And that's going to end the top of the 3rd inning. We got no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Saints continue to lead 2-0 here, heading into the bottom of the 3rd. And after some quick work in the top of the 3rd, we're going to head to the bottom of the 3rd here. It's going to be Austin Carrillo, Hunter Call, and back to the top of the order with Zach Gregory to lead us off the 3rd inning. Tristan Garnett, hopefully those are the only 3 batters he'll face this inning, has looked pretty dominant so far. 4 strikeouts in the first 7 batters. Just the 1 hit given up. And here's the first pitch to Carrillo, and it's going to be high for ball 1.
Carrillo, maybe a bit of a Dua Lipa fan, as his walk-up song suggests.
I mean, he's only human. As that one goes in the dirt there for ball 2.
Amen, brother.
And it's going to be 2-0 now here to Carrillo. Garnett looking to work his way back into the strike zone on this next one. And the pitch. Low again, ball 3. Carrillo ahead, 3-0 now on the big lefty on the mound. 6'5", 230 pounds, Garnett.
Big man out of Torrance.
And that one's going to be ball 4, and the leadoff walk will be issued by Garnett.
Garnett, even though walking him right there, seemed to have nodded at the catcher and kind of just knew what he did wrong there. Always good to see your pitcher acknowledging what he does and looking at a quick fix here for Garnett. Not necessarily needed, as he's been pitching really well, just needs to go back to what he's been doing, and he's already allowed 1 base runner off of a bunt, so he is already used to pitching out of the stretch here, and he's going to look to fire quickly and get out of this inning.
And after the leadoff walk, Garnett will have to face Hunter Call, the Santa Barbara Community College product. Freshman in limited appearances this year, is batting .333 right now. And the first pitch was a ball from Garnett, and that is now 5 straight balls thrown by the lefty.
Hunter Call, local product, went to Alamany High School. Batted in 6 runs last season.
And the runner's going to take off for second. A ball again. This one's thrown down. Cobb cannot make the tag on him. And it's going to be another stolen base for the Oaks.
Still nothing for Garnett to get shaken up about. Runner seemed to be getting a good jump on him from first, but he checks him down over there at second. Seems to be more worried about Call right now.
And the first 2 pitches were balls to Hunter Call. And he's going to try to steal again, Carrillo, as that one's going to be a ball. And he's going to be safe at third.
Now a bit of a concern. They're starting to get Garnett's timing down, and that's something you never want. Garnett needs to switch up his tempo a little bit as long as he wants to keep these runners where they are.
And Garnett giving up 2 stolen bases now in a row there, the 3rd on the day. And the 3-0 pitch finally finds the zone here after 7 straight balls. Garnett now has to work back from 3-1.
Garnett still only allowing 1 hit. Trying to stop the bleeding here.
That one's going to be fired in for strike 2, and the count is now worked back to full. And Hunter Call is going to have to protect.
Now seemingly going back to what was working with him, for him, as I had said. Going back to his off speed there, that's really got a great break, and he got great control on that one.
And the full count pitch by Garnett is going to be ringing him up for strike 3, looking again.
Whew.
Garnett now his 5th strikeout through the order 1 time, and is trying to settle back down after issuing the leadoff walk, and a couple of stolen bases leaves a runner 90 feet away.
And what resilience there from Tristan Garnett. As you had said, 3-0, down in the count, battles back, gets 3-1 on a nice pitch, comes in with a breaking ball, 3-2, and then gets him looking on strike 3. Just an amazing display of composure there from Tristan Garnett.
Gregory's first attempt at Garnett led him to a strikeout looking, and he'll look at the first pitch there for strike 1.
Garnett's feeling it again now. He seems pissed that that runner got over to 3rd. He keeps looking at him and is like, you are not getting home on me.
And Garnett, breaking ball seems to be working again, as the fastball is going to be there high for ball 1, and the count's now evened up at 1-1.
A lot of chirps there from the dugout saying good on that take. Seemingly trying to get the pitch count up on Garnett, or maybe just glad he didn't swing at a bad pitch there.
And the 1-1 pitch, gonna miss just outside there. And it's now 2-1 to Gregory. Garnett has seemed to change his tempo up a little bit. Not that he has to be too concerned with the runner running to home. But he'll fire the 4th pitch of the AB, and that one will be rung up for a strike. And he's now evened up the count at 2-2 with 1 down here in the bottom of the 3rd.
I love the calm right now out of Garnett. Just shrugging the shoulders, feeling nice and loose up there. He's ready to get this batter out, and he's going to get a nice ground out, I think, and he's just trying to get out of this inning nice and smooth.
And the 2-2 pitch by Garnett is going to be a ground ball to second. Runner will come home to score, but Cobb will get the out at first, and they'll trade an out for a run here. And there'll be 2 down in the bottom of the 3rd.
Well, the ground out was seen, but the runner able to squeak his way home there. Unfortunate for Garnett, but base is back to being clear, and he's just going to go back from his windup, doing what he does best. Bet to see a lot of good off-speed pitches and maybe a fastball to ring him up here.
And that's going to bring up number 15, Grant Smith, with 2 down here. Garnett's first pitch is going to find the zone for strike 1, and he's back to working from ahead. It's Garnett's first run he's given up this year, first earned run, as that one's going to be fouled off now, and he's ahead 0-2.
And really tough there for Garnett to get his first run off of a walk. Ending up stealing 2nd and 3rd, as you guys probably saw, and able to squeak by there, getting it home.
Yeah, without the stolen bases, probably doesn't come around to score, as that one's going to get away from Garnett. Just the first ball. Did hit 92 on that one, it just said on the scoreboard. So he is settling in and firing the fastball. Says he's hit up to 96 before. Doesn't know if he'll hit that today, but
that's no joke.
Arm is definitely feeling loose, and the breaking ball just drops off there. Looked like a changeup, and the count's evened up 2-2 after the low pitch.
And Garnett getting ahead there and able to fire in that fastball a little low, almost got him. Tried the breaking ball. See what he does here.
And that's going to get blown right by him there, and Garnett's got another strikeout. This one's swinging. And that's going to end the bottom of the third, but not before a leadoff walk comes around to score. And the Oaks get their first run of the ball game. After 3 complete, we have your Arroyo Seco Saints 2, the Conejo Oaks 1. And we are live from Thousand Oaks, California. Heading to the top of the 4th inning where your Arroyo Seco Saints currently lead the Conejo Oaks 2-1. And Josh Cowden will step in to lead off the inning after Brandon Boning was thrown out attempting to steal second base in the top of the 3rd. Cody Adcock still on the mound here, and he's going to fire that one in for a strike on the first pitch of the top of the 4th.
The 2-time first-team All-State Cowden looking to start off the 4th here with a bang.
As that one's going to be a breaking ball outside. Count's going to be evened up now at 1-1 for Cowden. Strikeout victim in his last at-bat. Looking to change things up here. A guy who tends to either hit the ball really hard or strike out, but it's worked so far for him. Was leading the team in batting average coming into today. And he's going to pull his head a little bit and be ahead of that one. And it's now 1-2 to Cowden.
They say he's a bit of the Aaron Judge of this team. Has a lot of power, a lot of good contact hitting, but the strikeouts, bit of a problem. And you'll take them, to be honest, with some of these hits that Cowden has been able to deliver.
Well, and the 4th pitch is going to be delivered there. And the count's going to be evened up now at 2-2 to the leadoff hitter in the 4th. And Cowden has put a lot of charges into baseball, hits a lot of extra base hits. A double the last time these guys played. And he's looking to replicate more. That one's just outside. Our home plate umpire letting us all know there. And the count's going to be full for Adcock and Cowden.
Cowden, just unbelievable discipline at the plate. Now the 2nd time he's reached a full count in this game.
And the full count pitch from Adcock. Looks to be in the same location, and Cowden's going to draw the leadoff walk to start the 4th inning.
Cowden, a different result on this full count. Ended up a strikeout victim on the last one. Now a free walk to first base with nobody out, and the Saints are loving it. Bit of a different reaction from the Oaks dugout there.
Yeah, I seem to say it every time, but the leadoff walks are very valuable. Come around to score more than any base hit to lead off an inning.
We saw what the leadoff walk did for the Oaks in the bottom of the 3rd.
As Peyton Lewis is going to foul off the first pitch of the AB and broke the bat again. It's now the 2nd bat he's broken in as many pitches, not just at bats.
As the on-deck man, Bo Willis, and head manager Aaron Milam seem to be laughing it off with Peyton Lewis.
Got to learn how to hit with the grain. Peyton Lewis been struggling as of late since homering in the 2nd game of the year. Has found himself hitting right around the Mendoza line. but a guy with a lot of pop. Works really hard out there. Very valuable defensively. It can play right field. Catches. Looking to get something going here against Adcock. Takes a look over at the runner at first base. And the 0-1 pitch. Swung and a miss for Lewis again.
He's now got the red wooden bat in hand. As many of you know, these collegiate athletes just starting to get used to these wooden bats, trying to get used to making it up to the next level, to the major level. And for Lewis here, he's looking to do something here with this nice red wooden bat. The runner on first.
Adcock checks Cowden over at first base. The 0-2 pitch to Lewis. And here it is. It's going to be hit to the shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. They're going to not go for the runner at second. And the play over by Naviak to Bobo is going to get one, but Cowden will stay at second base, and Peyton Lewis moves the runner over.
And good on Cowden, digging in there, realizing where that ball was hit, taking that double play completely out of the equation. Great base running there.
Hard play to make by Naviak. Had to come in on that one. Played it from the grass and decided just to get the easy out at first base. And now Bo Willis will have a runner in scoring position. After being a strikeout victim in his last one, will swing and miss at the first pitch for strike one.
Now that off speed there, that curveball really seems to be getting these Saints players out in front. Pretty hard to time that pitch right there from Adcock.
Willis swinging big on the first pitch here. Has Cowden at second base. Going to take that one inside for ball one. And the count's even up at 1-1. Bo Willis was a JUCO product out of Weatherford Community College. Now finds himself at Northwest State in Louisiana. A lot of big names coming from junior college ball now, as he's going to take ball two in the dirt there. It's a more common path than coming straight from high school. Some guys don't get the recognition or aren't quite as developed yet, and they decide to go play junior college or community college ball and try to fight their way onto a roster after a couple seasons there. The 2-1 pitch. Outside again, and now it's 3-1 to Bo Willis.
And the second Saint to do so in the last week. Christopher Stamos moving from Glendale Community College over to Cal Berkeley. Good on these Saints players getting the opportunities to play at some more well-known colleges.
And Bo Willis has a hitter's count here at 3-1. Adcock the pitch. It's going to be in the dirt, and Bo Willis will draw the walk. And now there's going to be runners on second and first here for the man who's already got the first hit of the ball game, number 15, Jag Burden.
And really good on the Saints here, these last at-bats. Really getting to Adcock, making him utilize all of his pitches, getting him up in the count. Adcock in danger of now questionably getting up to his pitch count. Saints are doing a great job at maintaining discipline at the plate and getting good hits off of their pitch.
Jag Burden, we mentioned earlier, the Cal Berkeley product. He's going to watch strike one, fire in, wanted to swing at it, wasn't feeling it. And it'll be an 0-1 count as our scoreboard is now gone, and it's back just as quick as it left.
Seemed to be a bit of a timing swing there at a Burden. Didn't really like the pitch. Wasn't really his pitch even if it was in the zone. But took a little half swing at it just to get the timing down. Good on Jag to make use of that pitch.
The 0-1 pitch is going to be fired high and away there from Adcock, and the count's evened up at 1-1.
And JB got things going for the Saints in the second. Looking to do the same here 2 innings later in the top of the fourth.
Fired a single to right field. Would then come around to score as that one's fouled off after the man on deck, Cooper Elliott, got us started with scoring with a double that was unable to be fielded on the diving effort by Hunter Call in center field. And the count is now 1-2 after the foul ball by Burden. Adcock gets set, looks at the runner at second base, which is Cowden. And the pitch is going to be the breaking ball, tipped but caught by Anson Arrows. And Burden will be retired on the strikeout, and we have 2 down here in the top of the 4th.
The first baseman, Cooper Elliott.
Cooper Elliott now will come to the plate. Mentioned earlier, had the first RBI of the day with the double into the gap between center and right field. 2 guys on for him again. Not sure if a double will score Willis at first, but definitely will score Cowden at second, and Cooper's going to take the first pitch here for a strike. Cooper Elliott out of Wichita State, one of many here. Joining Creighton Hansen, Blake Marsh, both also Wichita State products. Marsh with the day off at first base. Elliott taking his spot, and he's going to take strike 2 there and be down 0-2 in the count to Adcock.
And that's the second Saints player to look back at the ump back-to-back. Burden did the same on his strike 3 call, and Cooper Elliott looking back on the second one, seemingly displeased with that one.
And Adcock's going to pitch from the stretch with runners on base and deliver the pitch. Fouled away by Elliott.
And another life here for Elliott, staying right on that one. Shares words with the catcher now.
Cooper Elliott, one of those guys that's very vocal, very dramatic on the field, always trying to show off.
Always fun to watch.
And that one's going to come up, a little bit of chin music from Adcock, and that's going to be the first ball. And Elliott is going to step back in after taking a couple of deep breaths. 1-2 the count, 2 down here in the top of the 4th inning. Runners at second and first base. Cooper Elliott's settled in here, the 1-2 pitch. And that one's going to ring him up. The breaking ball fools him, and Adcock avoids the damage. But does have a couple of base runners via the walk. Going to be 2-1 heading to the bottom of the 4th inning in favor of the Saints over the Oaks. Thank you for listening to the Saints on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. And we're back here in Thousand Oaks, California at Sparky Anderson Field. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Arroyo Seco Saints currently lead the Conejo Oaks 2-1. And it's going to be the big lefty, number 5, Brendan Bobo, to start us off here.
Facing the Saints' big lefty, Tristan Garnett, continuing to go strong in this game.
And the first pitch to Bobo is going to be a breaking ball that just misses, and it'll be ball 1.
Tough miss there. Really thought that was fired in there, and for Bobo, glad it wasn't a strikeout victim looking his last time up.
That one's going to be fouled off
The foot.
Bobo, it looks like. It's going to be a 1-1 count after the foul ball. And Garnett has been settling in here, 7 strikeouts now. Rather, 6 strikeouts. Looking for his 7th one here, as that one's going to be a ball in the dirt. And the count is now 2-1 to Bobo.
Good eye from Bobo. And as for Tristan Garnett, really settled in here. He's also settled in at Cal State. Started all 6 games.
And a ground ball here to Cowley. He's going to make the play, and that's going to retire Bobo for the first out of the inning.
And as for Tristan Garnett, as I was saying, out of Cal State Domingos Hills, really settled in. All 4 years, did an amazing job, pitched an amazing senior year, started all 6 appearances, going 2-1 with a 4.5 ERA in 31 innings. Finished 4th in the CCAA with 35 strikeouts.
Definitely likes to utilize the strikeout pitch, as we've seen it so far today. Brendan Durfee, however, is going to be batting, another lefty against the southpaw on the mound. Durfee was a ground-out victim to first base his last time up, and he's swinging again on his second at-bat, this time missing, and it's going to be strike 1.
Garnett, one of 4 southpaw pitchers on the Saints roster.
Yeah, along with Merrick Sears, who got the pitch yesterday, got the start, went 5 innings, unfortunately got the loss.
Along with Christopher Stamos, and the man right above him, and Dominic Dorado. 4 southpaw pitchers for the Saints. One of them killing it here today at George Sparky Anderson Field.
And after a ball in the dirt, it's a 1-1 count, and the breaking ball again is going to find the zone. And Garnett has been going to that curveball when he needs to find something, and why wouldn't you? His fastball's right around 92, and the curveball sits around 73, and a 19-mile-an-hour difference is a hard thing for a hitter to do. And the fastball there is going to be caught up, too, by Brendan Durfee, fouled off.
92 coming like a blur, then throwing that nice 73-mile-per-hour hook. That's dirty. That is tough for anyone to hit. Even a Major League Baseball player would struggle with that speed differential right there.
And Garnett's got the 1-2 pitch here. It's going to be fouled off again by Durfee.
Good battle here from Durfee. Still the advantage to Garnett in the 1-2 count.
Durfee playing at his home field, the Cal Lutheran freshman, making his second start of the summer.
Good on him.
And was fooled a little bit on the breaking ball. Looks like he's going to be defensively hitting enough, though, for at least a single. And that's all it will be, as Cowden was able to run up on it. And it drops into left field, and that's going to be the first hit of the ball game for Brendan Durfee.
Maybe a little bit of some home field advantage there or something, Tommy, because that seemed very unintentional. A bit of a check swing that ends up blooping right in front of the left fielder, Cowden, and really good piece of hitting, if you want to call it that, out of Brendan Durfee.
Well, a defensive swing nonetheless, at least. And sometimes that's all you can ask for. Still counts as a hit. And now Garnett's going to work with a runner on and deliver the strike to Regan Burford.
Garnett going to be paying close attention to Durfee. Doesn't want a 4th stolen base on him today, especially as a lefty. He has a real good eye on first base. Going to keep a close one as he tries to pick off there.
And nearly loses it there, but Elliott able to scoop it nicely. Burford at the plate has one of the stolen bases today. Reached on a single. His last at-bat was the bunt single in the, I believe it was second inning.
Yes, sir.
That's what I had it down as. Just had to double check real quick.
And as for Burford and this crew in the second inning with that bunt single, 1 of 2 hits for the Oaks.
The 1-1 pitch from Garnett's going to be fired. Diving effort by Cowley, not going to be able to make the play. It's going to be Cowden fielding it in left, throwing it into Boning. And 2 on now for the Oaks here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Runners are at second and first for the catcher, Anson Arrows.
Arrows, pop fly victim last time up to left.
Burford's fine day will continue. He's now 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
And good on Burford. Had a 2 for 3 game on Thursday at the Saints field. Now comes home and starts the game off 2 for 2.
And Anson Arrows has been making his impact felt today, throwing out a couple of runners for the Saints. Brandon Boning to end the third inning. And he takes the first pitch for ball one here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 count, one down here. Saints still lead 2-1, and Garnett works right back and evens the count up 1-1 after that swing and miss from Arrows.
Nice 92-mile-an-hour fastball in there on Arrows, who was a pop fly victim last time up, looking to get the same result here out of Garnett.
And that one's going to be off the inside of the bat. Cooper Elliott's going to try to go to first. Garnett was looking to cover first base as they throw it over to second, rather. And Cooper Elliott makes the heads-up play, gets one out. And runners are going to be at the corner with two down now here for JT Naviak. And Garnett can just worry about the guy at the plate now and work away from this inning that's caused them a little bit of trouble.
Good on Brandon Boning there. He got the ball from Cooper Elliott, got the out at second, and checked the runner at third. Didn't make a quick throw back to first. Very heads-up play there. Very good on defense.
And Garnett's first pitch of the at-bat to Naviak is going to be a ball below the knees. Garnett has changed up his pace since we brought it up, and they were proven to steal bases, but Arrows might look to steal at first, as that one's going to be blown right by Naviak. There's that 90-mile-an-hour fastball again to even the count up at 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth.
And all these players out here, Tommy, they're trying to enhance their skills. They're trying to keep them up. So having that, probably a little bit of words from Milam there to just switch up the tempo, just all he needed.
And another hit in between short and third, and that's going to get to left. And that's going to be an RBI single for JT Naviak. And he has knotted the ball game up now at 2-2. JT Naviak was a strikeout victim his last at-bat, changes it up a little bit, and gets the RBI single. That'll bring home Durfee.
And the Dua Lipa phenom, Austin Carrillo, back up to the plate. Walked the first time, ended up being the first run for the Conejo Oaks. Stole second and third and ended up getting a nice fielder's choice run at home.
And the first pitch is going to be fired right past Carrillo. And Garnett's going to try to restart, pretending like this game's 0-0 now in the fourth after the base knock by JT Naviak ties us up at 2 here.
Garnett, after allowing his first run of the season, allows the second in the very next inning.
And that one's going to be fouled just over our heads behind the plate. And Garnett quickly works to an 0-2 count after giving up the run. And nothing more than a strikeout here to give a little bit of a confidence boost. He has not struck anyone out since the second batter, Grant Smith, back almost 2 innings ago. And that one's fouled back. And Austin Carrillo will stay alive.
Something I notice out of Garnett, his overall emotion and the way he composes himself changes after allowing a run. He seems a lot more in attack mode and just like, I'm going to come right after you right here, and I'm going to get you out. I'm going to do it myself.
And the 0-2 pitch from Garnett is fouled off again by Carrillo, and he's right on him.
You can see the way that Garnett is carrying himself on the mound. Still very poised, very determined to get the next batter out. A very even game thus far, coming close to the end of the fourth inning. Both 2 runs and 4 hits for both squads.
And Carrillo batting .429 to start off his summer. Looking to improve upon that, as that one's going to be a fly ball over to right. Looks to be very playable for Burden, and the inning will end. But not after some damage comes around with the single by JT Naviak to tie this ball game up. It's now 2-2, heading to the top of the 5th. Saints and Oaks, thank you for listening to the Saints on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. all knotted up here in the 5th inning. After giving up the tie and run in the bottom of the 4th, the Saints will now take on Cody Adcock here for his 5th inning of work. And it's going to be Jonah Sebring coming up to the plate. RBI double in his last at bat, but was thrown out trying to extend that double into a triple. And you don't get too many triples when you hit the ball to left field. But Sebring's got a lot of speed, and he's not afraid to test it out. And he'll take that first pitch for strike 1.
And the pitcher's duel continues in the 5th. The duel of these pitchers in Garnett and Adcock. Very knotted up, as I said, allowing both 2 runs and 4 hits.
And Sebring's going to chase that one there. And the count's going to be 0-2.
Sebring a little too eager in this at bat. Did double and try to stretch it into a triple, as you were saying, his last time up, but see if he can settle down now, being behind 0-2.
And the 0-2 pitch from Adcock to Sebring is going to be swung on and missed again. And the drop third strike will be thrown over from Eros to Bobo. And that's going to be our first out here in the top of the 5th inning.
Now the 5th strikeout for Cody Adcock. One shy of Garnett in this game. A very, very even matchup between these two pitchers.
Adcock has settled down. Has not allowed a hit since the leadoff man, Drew Cowley. That makes it 7 batters now without a hit. Giving up a couple of walks in between, but has not had good contact made on him, as Cobb is now up for the Saints, batting in the 9 spot today, and he takes the first pitch for ball 1 outside.
Cobb looking to make up for his fly out to start the 3rd.
And Cobb continues to have the good eye at the plate, and now is ahead of Adcock 2-0.
The discipline that Cobb has is ridiculous. The ability to eye some of these pitchers that are fraction of inches off the plate is unbelievable that this guy can be able to do that.
And a lazy half swing there is just going to be fouled off. And the count is now 2-1 for Jackson Cobb.
And the on-deck man, Drew Cowley, serving as a bit of a ball boy there, getting the ball for the team. Good on him.
The ultimate team player, Drew Cowley.
You love to see that, Tommy.
And that's going to be ripped into center field. Looks like it actually was right to the center fielder, Hunter Call there. Nice piece of contact, just unfortunate series of events there. And there's going to be 2 down now, and the Saints are back at the top of the order. For Drew Cowley, who is 1 for 2 today with a single in his last at-bat, was the last hit surrendered by Cody Adcock, who has settled down since the 2-run 2nd inning.
Cobb really making some good bat-on-ball contact, driving him into the outfield, just unfortunately not enough.
And Cowley's going to ground over to second base. It's going to be fielded by Regan Burford over to Brendan Bobo, and the inning is over. No runs, no hits in the top of the 5th inning for the Saints. They'll work down to the bottom of the 5th. And we'll see Hunter Call, Zach Gregory, and Grant Smith And after a quick work in the top of the 5th inning by Cody Adcock, Tristan Garnett will come out for his 5th inning of work. Starting off with the 9 spot, Hunter Call, and missing the first pitch there for ball 1.
Call, a very decent at bat his last time up, ended being a strikeout victim, one of 6 of Tristan Garnett's strikeout victims, but took it to full count.
And he's going to be ahead of Garnett here now, 2-0 after the 2 fastballs just miss.
I see similar displays between both 9 hitters of both teams in Cobb and Call, taking them both deep in the count and looking for their pitch.
That one is going to be called a ball again.
Curveball looked like it snuck back in there and framed well by Lewis behind home plate. Not necessarily needed to be framed.
3-0 is going to be low, and another leadoff walk here for Garnett. And we'll see how much longer he has left with some action in the bullpen out in right field. Looks like Kyle Sunduk. And we're back to the top of the order here with Zach Gregory, who's still looking for his first hit of the summer right now. Struck out looking his first at-bat and grounded out his last at-bat. And Tristan Garnett surrenders the leadoff walk to Call.
And Garnett has to be thinking about that 3rd inning leadoff walk that inevitably scored the first run of the game.
And Call's going to take off here. Lewis is going to throw down, and it's not going to be in time.
First run of the game for the Oaks, and another stolen base for the Oaks on Peyton Lewis, the 4th stolen base. Excuse me.
Saints have had a problems throwing out base runners this year. Have a 3-headed monster at catcher between Lewis, Willis, and Lindsley. Lindsley getting the start yesterday, has the day off today. And the first pitch was a ball, and the second one is going to be ruled a hits batter.
Wait, he hit that
But I
ball.
thought that one was off the bat there.
No, that hit the bat right there, Tommy. And I'm going to call that, as head coach Aaron Milam is in full disagreement. We heard that wooden sound off the bat, and maybe a bit of a display here out of Zach Gregory, maybe selling it a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Aaron Milam visibly upset with the home plate umpire because I think we all heard it hit wood, not hand.
The sound would have been a lot more dull off the hand there, Tommy, and for it to make that kind of loud of a noise, it at least had to go off of some part of the bat.
Garnett was visibly upset after that. Heard some chirping from the dugout. Milam continuing to argue his case for his pitcher out there.
He's not giving this up. He's fighting for his pitcher right now, and as a player, you honestly love to see it. You love to see your manager have your back like that.
And they're arguing about a check swing. And I don't think that's what Milam is arguing about. He thinks it was fouled off. He doesn't.
Check swing or not, if
Doesn't
it
matter.
hits bat on ball, that's a foul ball, and could be a very critical call in this at bat.
And we'll see if Gregory
looks at Gregory.
feeling okay out there, because a fastball off the hand would hurt a lot. Especially how Garnett's been throwing it.
And I'm interested to see the reaction from Gregory after this, if he's able to continue, because as you said, a fastball off the hand could take you out of a game, definitely going to shake you up, and him going over to first could let you know something about what actually happened.
Yeah, and Garnett's been firing it in right around 90 miles an hour, and seems like Gregory takes it off the hand like it was nothing. And that one could be a shaky call from home plate umpire there. And I think Aaron Milam's going to come over and talk to his pitcher now. You wonder if his day is over.
He shakes his head and looks over to the umpire. He is still heated from that call. Head coach Aaron Milam probably going to have the same kind of mutual agreement with his pitcher in that was a bad call.
And he'll be happy with his outing so far, but he is going to go to the bullpen And it is the fresh arm, number 37, the UTSA product, Kyle Sunduck. And we will let you go here with a couple of ducks on the pond at second and first for the Oaks. But when we come back, it'll be Kyle Sunduck in for Tristan Garnett to try to get us out of the bottom of the 5th inning. And after the pitching change, it's going to be Kyle Sunduck in for Tristan Garnett in the top of the 5th after allowing a couple of base runners after a walk and a questionable hit by pitch call by the umpire on Zach Gregory.
As for Garnett, 4 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts on the game. Something to be very proud of. If you count that last hit by a pitch, it would be 3 walks.
Sunduck has been very good in relief, has yet to allow a run, and those 2 runners on will be Garnett's responsibility.
As for Sunduck, one of the 2 University of Texas San Antonio pitchers on the squad, joining John Chomko, another great relief pitcher for the Saints.
Both have been crucial parts to the bullpen for the Saints this year. Chomko's ERA sitting above just 1. And Sunduck's first pitch, it's going to be a bunt over the third base to Cowley. Cowley's going to field this one, and it's not going to be made by Cobb, and the run's going to come around to score.
Nobody's
and no one's
third.
at third base. It's thrown away, and now there's going to be 2 runs coming home on a huge blunder by the Saints. And Gregory smirking over here, knowing that he might have just gave him a run after acting a little bit on the hit by pitch, and just absolute chaos ensues after the error there. And out of nowhere, it's now 4-2 Conejo Oaks.
The avalanche effect there, Tommy. Just error after error, and really sad there for the Saints. Off the throw from Cowley at third, a little bit low, hard for Elliott to dig it up. And then throwing over to a ghost man at third just ends up almost going in the Conejo Oaks dugout. And just like that, they've doubled their lead and have a 4-2 lead over the Saints.
And that's going to bring up the big hitter, Brendan Bobo. Swings at the first pitch for a strike.
Bobo 0 for 2 so far in this game with a strikeout looking and a ground out.
And Sunduck's looking to settle down here after the chaos ensues, and now it's 0-2 to the big lefty out of Cal State Fullerton.
and make that 4 earned runs for Tristan Garnett. As those 2 runs come around, his day is officially done, and as are his earned run totals. He will finish at 4.
Sunduck trying to make quick work out of Bobo here. The 0-2 pitch. Looking at the runner at second. And it's going to be a breaking ball. That's going to be fouled off Bobo again. And he'll live to see another day. A lot of chaos just ensuing in this bottom inning after the first 2 guys reaching by a leadoff walk to Tristan Garnett. Then a questionable hit by pitch call by Zach Gregory. And that's going to be outside for Sunduck here. And the count's 1-2. But after those 2 runners reach, Grant Smith then bunting to try to move the runners over for Bobo. And a throw that was in the dirt by Cowley. Jackson Cobb unable to field it and get the out, then throwing over as that one's going to get away, and Peyton Lewis is going to have to hold on to this one, and a runner's going to move over from second to third.
Sonduck really just trying to settle down now. Still no outs here in this inning for the Saints in the bottom of the 5th. They're really going to have to bear down here and try to lock in to get at least 1 out, something positive going for them here. 2 earned runs so far in this inning.
And after the first 2 innings were left harmless, and that's going to be a nasty curveball by Sunduck there that gets Bobo leaning, and he'll be walking back to the bench for the first out of the inning.
Go ahead and grab some pine. Bobo, his 2nd time striking out on the day, and the Saints are loving it. They got something positive going, something they could build off of. They're just trying to hold this runner at third here, prevent another run from coming home and doing even more damage against the Saints.
And that'll bring up the other lefty, Brendan Durfee, facing Sunduck for the first time today after going 1 for 2 off Garnett with a grounder in his first at-bat and a single in his last. And a big strikeout there from Sunduck to try to cool the storm that's been brewing in this 5th inning. And another breaking ball is going to find the zone. And the count's evened up at 1-1 for Durfee. Kyle Sunduck, as we said, the UTSA Road Runner, making his 4th appearance here for the Saints, going to find the zone again for strike 2, and now it's 1-2 to Durfee.
And we could be living Thursday night on replay right now, as this game is 4-2, and just a little bit uncharacteristic of the Saints. So many errors, especially in one play. Really not used to seeing that, especially with the coaching staff and the players and the talent they've got.
And there's going to be another strikeout for Sunduck. And that's 2 now in the last 2 batters.
Sonduck really feeling his stuff right now. Nice off speed, feeling that fastball as well, sitting just under 90. He's feeling good.
The 2nd baseman.
And now after Brendan Bobo and Brendan Durfee go down on strikes, it's going to be Regan Burford, who is 2 for 2 today currently. Those were off of Tristan Garnett, who went 4 innings, had the first 2 guys on this inning, and was pulled by Coach Aaron Milam. For Kyle Sunduck in relief. And his first pitch to Burford is a strike.
Burford undoubtedly a J. Cole man, feeling his vibe. As you said, 2 for 2 to start this game. Looking to make it 3 for 3 and drive in another run here for the Oaks.
And it's Sunduck's job to make sure that doesn't happen. It's going to be a ground ball over to Boning. It should be an easy play, and it is over to Cooper Elliott for the ground out. But not after some damage is done from a little bit of chaos in the field. 2 runs come around to score for the Oaks, and they take the lead here in the bottom of the 5th, and the score is now 2-4 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. And we have a pitching change here for the Conejo Oaks. Cody Addock's day is done, and in comes Cole Baker out of the University of Ole Miss. Second straight Ole Miss product coming onto the mound for the Oaks. And it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Saints. Brandon Boning, Josh Cowden, and Peyton Lewis to try to get something working after a chaotic bottom of the 5th inning that brought 2 runs across for the Oaks, and they now lead 4-2 in the top of the 6th inning.
And as for Cody Addock, his resume includes 5 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts on the day. Enough to get the job done and get the lead for the Oaks.
And Boning's going to watch the first pitch there for a strike, and it'll be 0-1 to start Cole Baker's day.
And as for the man Baker, another product of the University of Mississippi, a senior, and a business major.
Boning going to chase that one in the dirt, half swing, kind of had to commit to it. And it's quickly 0-2 on Boning.
And
Boning playing shortstop today. Has seen himself getting a couple of days off, but will always find his way back in Aaron Milam's top spot. And it's now 1-2 here after the take from Boning. And the pitch from Baker is going to be fired right past Boning, 87 miles an hour. And he's walking back to the dugout, having been the first strikeout victim for Cole Baker.
And Baker from Birmingham, Alabama, made 4 relief appearances for Mississippi with an 8.10 ERA over 3.1 innings. Turned in 1.2 scoreless and striking out 4.
And now it's going to be the milkman, the BYU man, Josh Cowden at the plate, taking the first one high and away for ball 1. Cowden walked in his last at-bat, strikeout victim in his first one. Still looking for the first hit of the ball game for Cowden. Saints only have 4 collectively as a team, and he's going to swing by that one, and this count's evened up now at 1-1. Cody Addock will be in line for the win. Garnett, after the 2 runs coming across after Sunduck's appearance, will be charged to him, is in line for the loss. But we are still early here in this ball game. And that one's going to be a little outside. And Cowden's going to be ahead in the count on Baker, 2-1.
Yes, Garnett definitely hoping for some offense here. If not in the 6th and later in this game, the best he can do is a no decision.
The 2-1 to Cowden is fouled out of play. And we are at a 2-2 count with 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Make sure you stay with us for the bottom of the 6th. We'll have Justin Torres, the UC Irvine man, second baseman, utility guy. He'll be our interview in the bottom of the 6th. And the 2-2 pitch will wait as Cowden calls time in the box. Regroups, steps back in, and is now ready to go against Baker.
As for Cowden, looking for his 3rd full count of the game. Doing great at the plate.
The 2-2. Looks like Arrows thought that one was going to be a strike, and Cowden took it for ball 3, and there's the full count you were talking about, Charlie.
And this ump seems to be giving a lot of rebate calls today, Tommy. It doesn't look like some of these calls are really accurate.
Full count is fouled off by Cowden. Definitely has moved his zone around, it looks like, in accordance to the players. Don't know quite where it lines up. You would hope by your 3rd at-bat you'd know where the strike zone is, at least, for your guys. But we'll have to see. With the full count pitch coming from Baker, it's going to be way high. Everyone knew that one. And Cowden's going to walk to first base for free for the 2nd time today.
And the 2nd time on a full count, the 3rd time overall he's gotten one. Unbelievable job today at the plate. Over 15 pitches just right there, and that's part of the reason why Adcock is out of this game. The ability to take pitches from these Saints players, especially Josh Cowden, one of the best on-base percentages out of anyone on this squad. A great job there to maintain his discipline and get a free pass to first.
And Peyton Lewis is now coming up. Takes the first pitch after he swung at it the last 2 at-bats and broke a bat in each of those. Has been a ground-out victim twice today and is really trying to get back on track this summer after a hot start to the first couple of games of the year and has since been fading slowly. And he's going to try to take a big cut at that one. And it's 1-1 now for Cole Baker.
Lewis back out there with his trusty red wooden bat. Hoping this one stays true for him, enough to poke one out in the outfield or a nice hard hit grounder.
And that one looks to be fouled off. Can't be hold on for Anson Arrows. 1-2 is now the count for Peyton Lewis. One down here in the top of the 6th inning. After a strikeout by Brandon Boning that started us off, Josh Cowden just walked his last at-bat. And we now find ourselves in a 1-2 count here to Peyton Lewis at the plate. And the pitch. Cowden's going to be stealing. They're going to throw down to second, and it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out for the Oaks. An easy double play there, as it's going to be a 1-2-6 on the strike him out, throw him out. And the Saints are unable to do anything with the walk in the inning. And we're going to head to the bottom of the 6th inning, and it's going to be 2-4 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. After strike him out, throw him out, ends the top of the 6th. We now see the score 4-2 in favor of the Conejo Oaks. And Kyle Sunduck is coming out for his 2nd inning of work. Getting him out of a little bit of a jam last inning. The runs he gave up will be charged to Tristan Garnett. And it's going to be a shot that's not handled by Cooper Elliott. And Anson Arrows will reach with a single.
Nice hard hit single, tough to play there by Cooper Elliott. And the leadoff hitter for the Oaks makes it on a nice hard hit single. Anson Arrows, his first hit of the game, 0 for 2 on a flyout and a fielder's choice back in the 4th inning.
And Justin Torres will join us at the top of the 7th, actually. Seemed to forget about us. I don't know how he could have, but
no love lost.
We will continue to work here for JT Naviak, who's going to line out to Cooper Elliott, and that's going to be the easiest double play he'll turn all year.
As the hit and run bites the Oaks back in the behind, and that's going to sting, as Tommy says, a quick double play there for the Saints. Leaves the Oaks in a bit of a hole here in the bottom of the 6th.
And now 2 down here for Austin Carrillo, who's doesn't have anyone on base for him anymore after the hit and run attempt fails to work. And Cooper Elliott gets the unassisted double play at first base. And Kyle Sunda quickly has 2 down now here in the bottom of the 6th.
Almost ended up working out there for the Oaks. A really good bat-on-ball contact. This flies right into Cooper Elliott's glove, and the Saints are loving it. Bit of a call back and maybe a bit of karma for some of the calls we've seen so far here today.
And the first pitch will be taken for ball 1 from Carrillo, who's got a couple of stolen bases here today. And he'll take strike 1, evening this count at 1-1. Reached on a walk his first at bat, stole his way over to third base, and was able to be the first run of the ball game in the 3rd inning for the Oaks. And they now lead it 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Austin with a real circus ride around the base path, and inevitably the first run for the Oaks in this game.
And there's a nice hit ball into left field. It's going to be a tough play, and sliding over there. Woo! Looks to be a little bit of a change out there. Jag Burden playing left field.
Okay.
And the inning will end there. No runs, no hits, no errors. And we're going to the top of the 7th with the Saints trailing the Oaks 2-4. And we head to the top of the 7th inning with the Saints trailing the Conejo Oaks 2-4 here in the top of the 7th. Joined over here now, taking my seat, making me stand while I'm over here, is Justin Torres of UC Irvine. How you doing today, Justin?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. I needed to stand anyway, get the blood flowing.
Oh, yeah.
Bo Willis is going to take the first pitch there for a strike. And we're underway here in the top of the 7th. Now, Justin, you got a little bit of a late start to the season this year. You missed the first couple games. You made your debut out in Palm Springs, and you were able to homer in your first game of the season. How did that feel to get that monkey off your back and just start away with a real good piece of hitting in your first game?
Well, I mean, it was a good way to start for sure, but getting back in and seeing those live reps was probably the best part about it, so I'm happy about that.
And the 0-2 pitch here from Baker. Willis is going to go chop it over to second base, and it'll be an easy play over there by Burford.
I would say hitting a home run is something to feel pretty good about, Justin. And as you begin to continue in your summer baseball play, how is it balancing some of the stuff that you've picked up in your collegiate career versus coming out here and playing summer ball? Is it something that's kind of hard to balance, or are you just kind of enhancing your skills out here and taking a little bit of what the coaches give you?
I mean, I always have an open mind, and these coaches have had some great things to say, and I take that in and try to implement that into my game. So I think that's good. And just talking to some of these guys from different schools, seeing their input on certain things is definitely a cool experience.
You're one of the few to not be a pair out here and to kind of be off on your own a little bit in terms of coming from colleges. We got a lot of guys from Pepperdine, Wichita State. How have you gelled with the rest of the team, and how is the team coming together as a whole as we start to now be in the 11th game so far this season?
I mean, the team's great. I mean, everyone gets along, and I don't think it's very hard for baseball players to get along. So
Yeah, you all kind of have the same mindset. You all kind of think alike,
Right.
Baseball players.
Right. It's just a baseball mentality. Just go out there and play and have fun while we're doing so.
Love it.
And Burden's been up at the plate. He's fought his way to a 2-2 count after falling off that last one there. And Justin, you've seen that your bat now, after you've proven the last few games, has been a valuable part in the lineup, and Coach Aaron Milam's tried to figure out where he wants to put you. You've seen you at second base, DH, played on a little bit of the left side of the infield. Where do you feel the most comfortable playing on a team?
I mean, I feel that one of my best assets is that I can play anywhere. So I'm comfortable at second, short, third. I can even play outfield here and there. So I think that's one of my best attributes, is being able to play anywhere.
Utility. It's the best thing that you can be on a baseball team and play everywhere.
Yeah, just wherever the team or coaches need me, I'll do it without thinking twice.
As the chopper to shortstop is fielded in a close play at first, and Burton's unable to beat it out. And there's going to be two down now here for Cooper Elliott in the top of the seventh.
Really good way to run it out there from Burden, almost beating it out there. And back to you, Justin. There was a really close home game on Thursday night coming up just short there. You were at bat in the last inning, bottom of the ninth. What are some of the emotions that go through your head, and how do you calm yourself down in really high-pressure situations, and what do you say to yourself, and something that you kind of do? Is there a little ritual or anything?
No ritual in specific, but I think just simplifying the situation is the best thing you can do. Slow your breathing down and don't try to do anything out of character.
And Cooper Elliott takes the first pitch for ball one, and he'll take ball two on the second right there.
And Justin, why the Saints? What made you come to the Saints? Is there some sort of history that you've heard about that drew you to the team, or was it something a little bit personal for you? Why did you come here to Arroyo Seco?
I talked to my UC Irvine coaches, and we thought this was in my best interest to come here.
Very nice.
Good,
very nice.
good answer there. Gets everyone happy, gets the Saints happy, gets the Irvine coaches happy.
Yeah.
And Justin, you swing from the left-handed side of the plate, but you throw right-handed, and there's a lot of those guys, as Cooper Elliott's going to follow that one off to the left. How do you develop that sort of ambidextrous? How did you come up learning how to throw right-handed, but then you step in the batter's box and you're swinging from the left-handed side of the plate?
Yeah, it's definitely a weird thing, throwing right and hitting left, but my dad said the first time I ever picked up a baseball bat, I picked it up left-handed. He said he couldn't be happier.
Definitely seems to help the career out, as the 2-2 pitch is going to come into Elliott, and he's going to try to fire one over there. It's going to be fielded over by the third baseman over to Bobo, and the inning will be over. Nothing coming around here in the top of the seventh. That was Justin Torres joining us for a short little interview there. Justin, that wasn't so bad, right?
Not so bad.
No, it wasn't anything. You were the first position player we got this year, too. So
Sweet.
Take that as a compliment or an insult, whatever one you want to go with.
That's right. And Justin, just one more question before we let you go. What's the future for you? What's the future for Justin, and what's next after UC Irvine?
I mean, I don't really have anything specific in mind. Just keep developing myself and helping out whatever team I'm on. And, yeah, that's about it.
Awesome, Justin. Well, we appreciate your time, and we thank you for everything you've done for the Saints and continue to do this season.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Justin.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it.
No problem.
And that was Justin Torres joining us for the top of the 7th inning. A lot of fun with him. As we said, our first positional player, not a pitcher, getting in the interview with us.
Great personality, Justin.
Yeah, he's been a very big part of this Saints the last few days, last few games. He's looked very solid out there.
Very solid, very humble guy.
Yeah, very good guy, very good guy. He was having a good time over here. Said he had fun, so.
We'll take him at his word. Something
quick and easy. Sunduk's going to come out here for his 3rd inning of work. And he's coming up to face the 9-hitter, Hunter Call, who has struck out and walked in his previous 2 plate appearances. Saints currently trailing 2-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. After a pretty uneventful top of 7, where Lewis, Willis, and Burden and Elliott came up. And nothing crazy going on over here, as that one will be taken. And the count is now 1-1.
And Call has hit and been a part of every single time that the Oaks have scored. He struck out in the first time up, but was still a part of that inning where they put up some runs. And second time up, he walks and gets the 3rd run for the Oaks.
And that'll be a strike from Sunduk. And the count is quickly 1-2.
Sunduk really seems to be settling in here now. His 2nd full inning of play came in the 4th to relieve.
And that's going to be a strikeout now for Sunduk. And Call's going to look at the umpire a couple times. Unfazed at the plate. And he'll be rung up looking.
And that'll be the 3rd strikeout victim for Kyle Sunduk.
Definitely settling it down a little bit since a very crazy turn of events happening in that 5th inning for the Saints. After a leadoff walk issued by Tristan Garnett and then a very questionable hit by pitch that got Coach Aaron Milam to come up off the bench and have a little discussion with our home plate umpire.
And that really seemed to start the chaos in that inning for the Saints. And in the bottom of the 5th there, it was tough to not have him score and have that come around off of the error, the ghost man at 3rd. Now with Kyle Sunduk on the mound, looking to have a different result here.
And this is the man who started the chaos. Zach Gregory was hit by a pitch on the hand his last time up, and he's swinging on those pitches there, and it's 0-2 quickly to Gregory.
Had it not been for that error, really, Kyle Sunduk coming into this game and taking control. Basically went 3 up, 3 down in the 5th when he came in, did the same in the 6th. After a single, got a quick double play, so basically 3 up, 3 down, and now looking for his 2nd out of the 7th.
And the pitch, 0-2, is going to break just out of the zone. Smart by Gregory to lay off that one. We've got a lot of noise in the fans over here. Everyone's dropping phones, water bottles. We don't know what it is, but they're all looking at me, and I'm looking at them. So
everyone's riled up, Tommy.
I had to shout them out over here. Getting a little crazy over on the first base side.
They're hoping for some action. They're getting the Saints riled up, and they're riled up in the process.
It's the rally water bottles. That's what it is over here.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be a strikeout for Gregory, and we have 2 down now here. And Kyle Sunduk, as you said, is settling in quite nicely in his 3rd inning of work. And now that's going to bring up number 15, Grant Smith, who was the guy who bunted in that 5th inning after the throw that Cowley made over to first was a little low and in the dirt, and it ensued Jackson Cobb throwing over to the, as you put it, the ghost 3rd baseman, and 2 runs were able to come around to score on the error.
And the strikeouts seeming to multiply here for the Saints pitchers. That's the 10th strikeout of the game in combination of Sunduk and Tristan Garnett.
And Sunduk quickly works to 1-0, and that's one's ripped down the left field line. It's going to end up going foul near the bullpen of the Conejo Oaks, and we're evened up at 1-1 here.
Grant Smith, as you said, with that error, the strikeout victim twice, looking for his first hit here of the game.
1-1 here to Grant Smith. Sunduk the pitch. Breaking ball just inside. And now he's behind 2-1 to the 2-hole hitter.
And as for Smith, attends the University of Incarnate Word as a junior. Appeared in 16 games and started all of them with a .339 batting average.
Incarnate Word just outside of San Antonio. And that's going to be a strike there, as we know Kyle Sunduck is from the University of Texas, San Antonio. Practically neighbors, and we have 2-2 here with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Sunduck's looking to get out of this unscathed again, and it's going to be a grounder over to Brandon Boning at short, makes the play, fields it over, throws it over to Elliott at first, and the inning is over. Kyle Sunduck has come in and taken over for the Saints and given them an opportunity to make something happen, but the bats are going to need to come to life in the top of the 8th inning. Currently, the Saints trailing the Oaks 2-4, heading to the top of the 8th. Thank you for listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. As we work into the top of the 8th inning here, Saints are trailing 2-4 to the Conejo Oaks. And it's going to be the 8th spot. Jonas Sebring with an opportunity to try to get something started here. 6 outs remain for the Saints as they trail by 2 runs. And Sebring's going to swing at the first pitch. This one looks to be an easy play. Pop up to the second baseman. And he misses it, and Sebring was running. He was running hard. He's going to make it to second. That ball fires away from him over there. And there's no one covering third. Sebring's going to have a little chance. He's going to try to score. It's going to be an inside-the-park home run the Little League way. Sebring able to do something, showing off the speed 2 nights in a row after stealing home yesterday, gets a Little League home run.
Can you
and
believe
the Saints are right back into this one, Charlie.
Oh, my goodness, Tommy. Talk about ghost men. They were just throwing that ball all over the field. And what a good heads-up play there by Sebring. Hadn't made it on base yet today. Ended up getting thrown out at third, trying to be a little aggressive on the base path, and the aggression works out for him here.
And now a 3-4 ball game in something you're not going to see every day. Errors ensuing all over the field for the Oaks. And now Jackson Cobb is stepping up at the plate. Now 3-4 in this 8th inning.
The chuckles from the stands and the dugout, just overall pure joy, and something that comes along with the inside the park home run. Obviously, something needed to happen, and it was a circus act out there, a game of hot potato. Nobody wanted that ball, and what a great job there, and a big advantage for the Saints to get that run across.
And Cobbs now saw 2 pitches. 1-1 is the count.
As the Saints fans get back into this game, you're hearing them. They're chirping out here.
On the first pitch of the 8th inning, too, nonetheless. Got everyone caught off guard as that one's going to be taken for a ball. It's now 2-1. Jonas Sebring showing off the speed of pop out to second base, it looked like it was going to be. And unable to field it was Regan Buford over at second base. Tried to make the throw to the shortstop, JT Naviak, and he sent it so far into left field that Sebring was able to score on it.
Sebring was hesitant over at second, not knowing if he should go as the ball got past Naviak, and he just continued going. He rounded third. That ball was still out in the outfield. Just an amazing play, something that you don't see too often, that's for sure, Tommy.
It's 2-2 to Jackson Cobb. The pitch here, he's going to foul that one off, and the count's going to remain 2-2.
Cobb, a really nice piece of hitting today, getting a lot of good contact on the ball, but unfortunately 2 flyouts for him. Looking for his first hit of the game, and wow, it couldn't come at a better time. Let's get it right here out of Jackson Cobb.
Jackson Cobb going to take the 2-2 pitch here, and he's going to watch that one go outside, and he has worked it to a full count. A big spot here for Cobb now after that very weird play developed from Jonah Sebring. Able to come around to score on a pop fly to second, and Cobb's going to take it, and that's going to work just as a leadoff walk would. And now there's going to be a meeting between Ansoneros and the pitcher Cole Baker, but Jackson Cobb will walk down to first base for free, and now the top of the order will come up, and Drew Cowley's got an opportunity to keep this inning going.
And now we're seeing the true Saints come alive, deep at bats, taking these walks, and inside the park home run. Ecstatic, electric in this crowd. That's what we're used to seeing from the Saints, and that's what we're getting tonight out of them. Let's see if they can make this comeback here against the Oaks. This 8th inning is starting to heat up.
After a Little League home run by Jonah Sebring and a walk, Cowley's going to try to bunt, and it's going to get out of play here, and that's going to start us off with an 0-1 count.
And if we were at Angel Stadium here, Tommy, we could be getting some sort of movie popping up where the rally monkey inevitably comes in and gets those rally caps out, gets those rally monkeys out. Still the 8th inning, so still time, but good on him. Get this rally going early.
Drew Cowley's already got a hit today. 1 for 3 right now with a single. He's going to try to bunt again. He's going to pull away in time, and the count's evened up at 1-1 for Drew Cowley.
Good on Cowley, getting that bat back quick, avoiding the 0-2 there, and getting a nice ball to even up the count.
And Drew Cowley's been a very reliable bat. He's going to try to bunt again. This one's down the third base line. It's going to go foul. And now we'll probably see Cowley swing with the 1-2 count. And the bunt would be a strikeout if it went foul again.
Saints playing some fundamental baseball, trying to move the runner over. Smart play here with no outs in the 8th inning, just trying to tie this game up. But now, as the 2-strike count, looks like Cowley is going to get the green light to swing away here. 1 for 3 so far in this game, trying to make it 2.
And Baker trying to settle the storm. Cowley forced to swing at that one, chases a high fastball, and that's going to be the first out of the inning on the strikeout.
But that will bring up Brandon Boning, who as well is looking for his first hit of the game. One of the few Saints in this game looking for their first hit.
And with Jackson Cobb at first base and only 1 down, you wonder if they're going to utilize his speed after they couldn't get the bunt down and try to get him over to second base without wasting a batter.
Could see him lay it down again. Boning and Cobb both have great speed.
He'll stay put on the first pitch here. Came inside on Boning, and it'll be 1 ball, no strikes after the first pitch.
Boning looks down at the third base coach, gets a sign. Accepts it.
Count is 1-0 to Boning. The second pitch, it's going to be popped up.
Super
Looks
high.
to be easy for the second baseman this time, but you never know in this inning. And Burford's going to be able to play that one. And we now have 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. But that's going to bring up the milkman, number 27, the BYU product, Josh Cowden. And he's looking for his first hit of the day. 0 for 1, got a strikeout, a couple of walks in the last 2 times up to the plate. And a gap shot here would definitely score Cobb, and that's what Cowden's looking for here with 2 down.
Cowden, a lover of steak and the office, probably going to celebrate with both if he can get a hit here.
And the pickoff attempt by the pitcher is unsuccessful, and Cobb's able to get back in there easily. Don't want to focus too much on the runner with Cowden at the plate. A dangerous bat for the Saints. As we said, leads the team in hits on base percentage, batting average. Always seems to be putting good wood on the ball, and that one's going to be in the dirt, and that's going to be ball one here in the at-bat for Cowden.
And Cowden, definitely the most disciplined hitter on the Saints. We've seen 3 full counts so far for him today, 2 of them resulting in base on balls. That's a good eye there, and that's something that the Saints have appreciated from him all season long. Let's see how he handles this at-bat.
Count is now 1-0. Here's the second pitch of the at-bat, and it's going to be a strike, and this count's evened up now at 1-1 to Josh Cowden.
Cowden loves those even counts. He's pretty accustomed to being right there, so he should be right in his comfort zone in this at-bat, hopefully enough to do some damage and get this ball out in the outfield, potentially get Cobb home, Cobb with some wheels.
Cobb, a short lead over at first base. The second pitch is going to be fired past Cowden. Foul tipped into Arrow's glove. And it's a 1-2 count now to Josh Cowden. Saints got the inning started off with a pop fly to second base that turned into a Little League home run. A couple of errors on the play. Jonah Sebring able to come all the way around to score on the first pitch of the inning. And then a leadoff walk after. Jackson Cobb's going to be on the move. They're going to throw out. Arrows has a strong arm. And they're going to call him out on that.
Looked like he was called out before the tag was actually applied. I didn't actually see a tag out there, Tommy.
I'm not sure what ensued over there, but Cobb looks like he knows he didn't get there in time. And maybe not the worst case scenario. You get to save Josh Cowden's bat for the 9th now after the runner is thrown out, but the Saints do come across to score 1 on a Little League home run by Jonah Sebring. And it is currently 3-4 here heading to the bottom of the 8th inning. And thank you for listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network.
Now pitching.
Well, the Saints will strike for 1 in the top of the 8th inning. Able to bring some damage back. Still trail 1 at the score 3-4, heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. And we have a pitching change on the mound. It's going to be Chris Stamos coming in for Kyle Sunduk. Very nice work for Sunduk on the mound. Stamos out of UC Berkeley. One of the other southpaws on the mound after one start of the game with Tristan Garnett. We're going to have a relief southpaw here in the 8th inning.
And as for Kyle Sonduk, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, 4 strikeouts, and 0 earned runs.
Very nice performance by Sonduk to come in and after a very careless 5th inning was able to settle down and go 3 innings of very nice work. And Stamos' first pitch is going to be just outside to Bobo. and it'll be a 1-0 count to start Brendan Bobo.
Bobo 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a groundout.
And that one's going to just miss again for Stamos. It's now 2-0 to Bobo. Bobo came in today batting .503 home runs in 11 hits, but has so far been suppressed a little bit by the Saints, as that one's going to be aired high in the air. Cooper Elliott's going to be under it, and that's going to be the first out, and Brendan Bobo will be retired again here for Stamos' first batter.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
And from one Brendan to the next, Brendan Durfee now comes up, the cleanup hitter for the Oaks. Has had a little bit of damage today, has a single in there. But Stamos looking to attack the lefty from the southpaw position and find his second out of the inning here in the 8th inning.
And as for Bobo, struggling against the Saints in 2 games, 1 for 9.
Has seemed to have that recipe to defeat him. And that's going to be a strike. And the count is 0-1 on Brendan Durfee. Nothing more Stamos would like than to get a quick inning of work here in the 8th after scoring 1 to try to bring him a little closer. That 9th inning is going to be huge for the Saints. And it is now a 1-1 count after the take there from Durfee.
Definitely something that Stamos is eyeing, wants to keep the momentum on the Saints side right now.
That one just low and outside. It's going to be 2-1 here to Durfee. And the Saints lost the last game to the Oaks by 1 run on Thursday. We're able to score 1 in the 9th, though, against them. We'll see what the Oaks bring out in the 9th. I would assume a pitching change coming after Cole Baker's gone 3 innings now. And that one's low and away again. And it's a hitter's count here for Durfee at 3-1 with 1 down here in the 8th inning.
Yes, Tommy, a bit of a replica of Thursday night's game. The only difference here tonight is the Oaks have only put up 4. By this time on Friday or on Thursday, they had put up 5.
And that one's just outside.
Oof.
And that's one that Stamos wishes he had back. And Durfee's going to walk to first base. And there's 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. A runner now on first for Reagan Burford, who has caused some problems for the Saints at the plate.
Entering the game as a pinch runner for your Conejo
And to show some perspective, I can definitely feel the frustration from some of these pitchers. We've seen this zone change constantly all day. Some of them called inside, some inside pitches, left alone as balls. It's going to be very interesting to see how Chris Stamos handles that and how he's going to attack some of these batters going into this inning.
And Stamos going to fire in a strike on the first pitch of the AB. A pinch runner coming in for Durfee. It's going to be number 18, Scott Radinsky. A little more speed on the base pass there, so Durfee's day will be done as Burford is at the plate. Almost going there. They're going to check down to first, say he held up.
Stamos good on him. Stared down the runner at first, almost all the way into the point where he kicked up his front leg. So there's a lot of confidence in how he feels about his pitching and what he can do to intimidate some runners on the base path as one of the southpaws, as Tommy mentioned, on this Saints roster.
Count is 1-1 here to Burford. And now it's 1-2 after we get him to chase a low curveball there. And Stamos is looking for the strikeout or the ground ball here. Get him closer to that 9th inning. Coming up in the 9th inning, it'll be Cowden, Lewis, and Willis for the Saints as they trail 1 run here in the 8th inning, 3-4. The pitch to Burford. Fouled away, out of play, and we'll see another one to Burford.
And Burford having his way, one would say, against the Saints in this series. Had 2 hits on Thursday. Started off this game 2 for 2 and has since grounded out. Let's see what he'll do here in his 4th at bat of the game on a 1-2 count.
Stamos from the stretch. Looks the runner over at first. Curveball. Not going to be called there.
Don't know where that one missed, Tommy. That seemed to break right back in there into the strike zone.
Some chatter from the dugout. They wanted that one to be there too.
And we've been hearing that all game long, not only from the Saints, but from both sides on some questionable calls behind home plate.
Very small zone, it seems like. As now it's going to be a full count as Burford's worked it back after 2 breaking balls have just missed.
Chris Stamos just has to gather himself here, trust in his pitch. He knows what he wants right here. He trusts his 3-2 pitch. That's something that he's definitely worked on in his collegiate career and something that he's ready for right here. Let's see how he delivers.
We've seen 2 breaking balls. We'll see what he goes back to. The fastball here. And it'll be a foul ball off the knob of the bat. And Burford is a little upset with himself there. He thought that was going to be inside.
That was the most silenced foul ball I've ever heard there, Tommy, and something that I give the ump somewhat credit for in this game for realizing the foul ball there.
Stamos will have the full count pitch again. Looking the runner over at first, and a curveball's going to get him, and Burford will be sent down. And now 2 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Runner at first base, and that's going to bring up Anson Arrows, the catcher, who has terrorized anyone trying to run on him today, and his impact on the field has been seen. And a base hit in his last at-bat, trying to replicate that for the Oaks, and it's Stamos' job to make sure that doesn't happen, and he gets him to the 9th inning here.
And as for Stamos, 2 outs here, his first strikeout and the 11th strikeout of the Saints, just coming in bunches, as he looks like he's gotten something in his eye.
Yeah, Stamos going to step off real quick. Maybe take a little bit of a breath.
Take your time out there, Chris. Plenty of time. Just a runner on first as he checks him off. He's looking to attack the hitter now.
And another curveball looks real nice, breaks back into the zone, and that's strike 1 to Arrows.
And that's his pitch today, that curveball right there. It seems that a lot of these Saints pitchers, this staff, really loves this off-speed in Sonduk and Garnett. Now Stamos feeling his off-speed as well.
The 0-1 delivery from Stamos. Fastball a little low. Lewis keeps it in front of him, but nonetheless, the count is now 1-1.
And pretty quiet, no noise over there at first base from the pinch runner. Maybe just trying to distract Stamos. He hasn't really gotten that big of a lead or had a big jump just yet. Not sure what he's doing over there.
The 1-1 from the stretch for Stamos. Keeps the runner honest, and Arrows is going to send a shot into left field. It's going to drop over there, and now Burden's going to have to try to throw it in. He's going to get held up at third. He runs through the hold-up sign, and a play at the plate, and he got him! A throw from Brandon Boning to save it, running through the sign to stop, and the 1-run lead is protected now here for the Saints as we head to the top of the 9th.
That's what I'm talking about. What a great play there. Great relay out from left field. And a great job there overall from the Saints to get into the top of the 9th.
And we're going to head to the top of the 9th here where it's going to be Cowden, Lewis, and Willis to try to bring us back as the Saints trail by 1, 3-4 heading into the top of the 9th inning. Thank you for listening to the Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. And we head to the top of the 9th here at George Sparky Anderson Field, live from Thousand Oaks, California. It's been a great day for baseball so far. Just hitting that 2.5-hour mark. Game's been moving pretty quick so far. And it's going to be a pitching change. Cole Baker's day will be done, and it's going to be Clayton Rickerman, the Cal Lutheran senior. He'll be coming in the 9th to try to earn the save, and he did so his last time versus the Saints on Thursday. After giving up the leadoff home run to Jackson Cobb, was able to settle down and get a little bit lucky with some blunders by the Saints. And he'll have to try to face the milkman here, Josh Cowden, who will foul off the first pitch, and it'll be 0-1 to Cowden.
And with the sunset just an hour away, it's a nice 75 degrees here at Sparky Anderson Field. Just the right temperature for some magic to happen for the Saints.
Cowden was standing at the plate last inning. Cobb was thrown out trying to steal second, so he'll come back here in the top of the 9th. And he's right on Rickerman, 2 foul balls. And it'll be an 0-2 count now here for Rickerman and Cowden's battle.
Cowden doubled the last time against Rickerman in that Thursday night showing that the Saints came up just short in a 5-4 loss.
And the 0-2 delivery from Rickerman. It's going to be a ground ball to second base, fielded by Burford DeBobo. And there is one down here in the top of the 9th inning. And the Saints now have 2 outs left to work with, and Peyton Lewis and the on-deck man Bo Willis are the only 2 men guaranteed at-bats here in the top of the 9th inning.
And as for Rickerman, the senior out of Cal Lutheran, $180, made 13 appearances for Cal and had 3 saves for him last season with a 2.92 ERA. Also volunteers at a recycling service at Bishop Alamany.
And Lewis gets underneath one here. It looks like it's going to be a lazy fly ball to right.
Not
and
enough
quickly 2 down now here after the fly ball to Austin Carrillo. Will make it that way. Bo Willis now remains the lone hope for the Saints. A guy who's been very reliable, gotten on base a couple times today. Once via the walk, anything will do. And the 0-0 delivery to Willis will be the first pitch from Rickerman. And Willis comes up swinging at it. And it'll be 0-1 after the changeup comes across.
And it seems that Rickerman has a lot more control than he did on Thursday night. Able to get these Saints players on some of his off-speed pitches, getting a ground out and a pop-out thus far.
Willis gets underneath it. Should be an easy play over there for Naviak, but will be called off. It's dropped in left field, however. Zach Gregory called off JT Naviak, and it pops out of his glove. And the Saints now still have some hope, and one of their most consistent hitters at the plate, the Cal Berkeley product, it's going to be Jag Burden. A single already in the game today. Scored a run in the second inning that came to come that had 2 runners come across. And now Rickerman finds himself into some trouble. And time is called. Something was going down over there.
Something to check up on in the Saints dugout. Not sure what happened there.
Looks like we're all back to normal.
As for Zach Gregory, though, the left fielder, he had that questionable hit by a pitch early on in the 5th inning, since has struck out and has dropped a ball out in left field. Could be a bit of some comeuppance to Zach Gregory.
Maybe some substitution coming. Not sure. It looks like it will be a substitution.
A pinch runner.
And Bo Willis will be done for the day, and the big man, Jack Grace, coming in at first base to run now. Thinking maybe that a gap shot won't score Willis. Should score Grace with a little bit extra speed coming in. And Jag Burden will stand in the box against Clayton Rickerman with 2 down now here in the top of the 9th as the Saints trail by 1 run. Runner at first is now Jack Grace, no longer Bo Willis. although he reached on the error just made by Zach Gregory in left field.
And Rickerman, you can tell, is visibly frustrated, walking around pacing. He should be out of this one, and he knows it.
And the first pitch from Rickerman is taking a while to get there, and Burden's going to call time. I think that was Rickerman's plan to have him do that. Really taking a lot to think about it. Obviously flustered on the mound probably after the routine fly ball gets called off and an error is made on the play.
And as a pitcher, that is one of the hardest things to shake off, is a routine pop fly dropped, especially for the game.
And that one's going to be low in the zone, and it'll be a 1-0 count to start it off for Jag Burden.
And you can hear this Saints dugout trying to continue rattle Rickerman up there on the mound. They're letting him hear it. Let's see if it'll be enough to disrupt him here.
Rickerman going to throw over to Grace. Not too big of a lead. Don't want to get called out on the base pass. Rickerman just keeping him honest. And he'll settle in to deliver the second pitch of the AB to Jag Burden. Burden gets under it again. This one again looks like it'll be a lot easier, and that fly ball will not be a problem for Grant Smith. Well, it was an exciting last 2 innings here at George Sparky Anderson Field. Saints look to have a little bit of rhythm going, but unfortunately, losing in the runs column 3-4 today and the hits column 4-7. Some sloppy play in the 5th inning may have caused some commotion, but sloppy play on both sides, some questionable calls from umpires from both sides, and it's going to end in a loss for the Saints. And Charlie, that's now 4 in a row for the Saints that they've dropped. What are you seeing out there that's really causing the commotion in the dugout right now, and maybe the bats aren't fired up for it?
4 in a row, losing 6 of 7, Tommy, and that's definitely something that they're going to continue to get out of their funk. But unfortunately, their pitching really did well today. Just a couple of errors, ended up giving up 2 runs, which was really inevitably the game here. Those 2 runs given up could have been a 3-2 ball game for the Saints, so need to work a little bit defensively and start to get a lot more hitting together. When I saw that 4-game win streak to start off the season, I really saw a lot of hitting. They didn't leave any runners on base. It was a lot of consistency. And as we both said, when the Saints start hitting, it gets contagious. Now it seems that there's a vacancy spot when runners get on base. A lot of people, they're popping out. Some of these players, they're striking out, trying to do too much up there. I think they just need to settle down a little bit, realize the talent that is on this team, and continue to play to their strengths. That's something that's really going to help them as they move forward down the season and as they get to a lot more league play. Right now they're down in the league. They're under 500. They need to improve that, and I think that it starts with belief and coming together and really playing towards your strengths. Those 2 things is what's going to turn this team around at the rest of the season. We're only a quarter of the way through, so a lot of time left, Tommy. But what's something that you saw out of this entire group? The pitching staff had 11 strikeouts today as a whole, so really doing it on the mound, but not enough overall. What's something that you're looking at moving forward?
Well, definitely the pitching looking above average at a minimum here today in Thousand Oaks, California. Some quiet bats, only 4 hits today. And unfortunately, the Saints now are losers of 4 in a row. And they're going to have to try to break that one tomorrow, as they'll be over back home. And they'll be playing the Orange County Riptide at 6 o'clock tomorrow. You can catch that here again on our YouTube page at the Arroyo Seco Saints. Unfortunately, the Saints are walking out of here with a loss and not a W. It'll be Tristan Garnett getting the loss today. The winning pitcher will be Cody Adcock. And the save will go to Clayton Rickerman.
Some good note, though, Tommy. They do play the team that they've gotten their last win again. So this could come up as a motivator, something that they could build off of. They beat the Orange County Riptide 14-4 on the road in their last showing. Now they get them at home. They get them on their own turf. It's going to be fun to watch, and I think it propels them to go forward the rest of this season. It's going to be fun to watch.
Well, that's been it from Thousand Oaks, California. My name's Tommy Wirtz. I'm here with my partner in crime, Charlie Duncan, today. Make sure that if you want to catch all our Saints baseball games, you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoyed the game, hit the like button. It helps us out, helps our algorithm, gets people noticing us, and we grow the sport of baseball and grow the fandom of the Arroyo Seco Saints. For Tommy Wirtz and Charlie Duncan, thank you for listening to us, and we'll see you again tomorrow night.